So I think this has become a series now. What hello people to the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. So as you've seen from the title and everything, you know that in this video I'm going to be reading more from the Twilight saga, and I'm going to be reading New Moon, which is the second book in the series because I already read the first book, Twilight. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it up here and also down below in the description, and you can go check that out first if you want to see what happened before I read New Moon, because that's what I'm going to be doing in this one. Now, I do want to say that I actually already filmed the introduction to this video, but then my camera, where it's exactly where it was when it happened a few minutes ago, it's sitting on my ledge on my windowsill in my bedroom, and this is what happened. So this vlog's off to a great start. I just yeeted my camera completely off my shelf. So my camera like fell, and then somehow the introduction that I filmed got corrupted on the memory card or something, so I lost that footage. I don't know what happened, really don't understand it. So now I have to refilm the intro, so I am trying to remember what I said. But the main thing is I'm reading New Moon and I'm very excited about it. When I remember the New Moon movie, which by the way, I have seen this movie the least amount of times. Like I remember this one wasn't my favorite because it was quite boring at times. But I do remember absolutely loving Taylor Lautner because my crush for him was out through the roof. But like during this time when those movies were coming out, I was a closeted gay boy, so I could never express my feelings towards him, which is really sad. And so I'm very excited to read the book and like be able to express my love for Taylor Lautner now, because that's all I think about. When I hear Jacob, like I don't think about Jacob the character and everything, I just think of Taylor Lautner. We all remember the scenes without a shirt on, like don't lie, that's what we all remember about New Moon. Like that's really all that we came for in that movie. So yeah, let's get the book out. I have already opened it because, as I said, I already filmed the introduction, then my camera got yeeted across the room, so we love that for me. So yeah, let's pretend like we're opening it for the first time. Here we go. Oh my god, I pulled it off in one tab. Love that. Oh my god. Oh, and here it is. Here is New Moon. And like I said in the first video, I talked about the cover for the book. So let's talk about the New Moon cover, shall we? I actually quite enjoy this cover. I like that it's like a flower and the flower is like bleeding, you know, because like blood, vampires and stuff. But like it also symbolizes to me, wow, who am I? I'm like acting like a professor in a college. Like to me, this symbolizes. But the cover like symbolizes to me like the way that like petal is falling. It's because she's like questioning if Edward still loves her. So she's like with the daisy going, loves me, he loves me not. Like that's what that symbolizes to me. Genius behind this cover. I am looking forward to reading this, see what's gonna happen. Is Bella still going to annoy me? Who knows? She probably will, because I feel like when Edward leaves, she's just gonna get very upset, and like I'm gonna get really annoyed with her because I'm gonna be like, oh my god, stop whining. But also I'm excited to get more Jacob content, because in the movies I was team Jacob, but I don't know. And people have told me my opinions about Jacob will probably change in the book because he's a bit different. So maybe I'm gonna become team Edward and it's gonna change my whole philosophy, but like, in my mind, I'm picturing Taylor Lautner and I'm comparing him to Robert Pattinson, and to me, it's no competition. But like, that's debatable, and like, everyone has their own preferences, and that's fair. Everyone has preferences in life, and Taylor Lautner was always mine. I'm gonna get to reading, and also look how adorable my jumper is. Sorry, I just had to talk about it for a minute because I bought this recently in Pennies or Primark, and basically it's Winnie the Pooh, and it says, some people call... Wait, I can't read.
Jared, could you read number 23 for the class?
No, I cannot. What up? I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never fucking learned how to read.
Some people care too much. I think it's called love. It's so cute. I love it so much. I'm like, ugh, I just love Winnie the Pooh. Anyways, let's get into it, and it's time to read New Moon. Okay, so I've read the preface, and we're starting the first chapter, which is called Party, and yes, we shall see how this is gonna go. I'm honestly so looking forward to this because I really enjoyed myself last time, so I'm just excited to see where it's gonna go. Oh, we have an improvement, guys. Remember last time I said she always described Edward's face as beautiful? We have an improvement. She has now said, yet here he was, strolling gracefully toward me with the most beautiful smile. She still used the word beautiful, but on his angel's face. We love character development.
A few moments later.
Okay, never mind. She's back to calling his face beautiful again, so that was just a dream, as that part was, because she just had a dream where she woke up and she thought she saw her grandmother at the bottom of her bed, I think. But then she realised that it was actually her as an old woman as Edward was coming over to her. And I was just such... I don't know. Like, it was just like a little weird moment, but like... I don't know. I don't know how to picture what I think about that scene. It's just strange, you know? Like, I understand that obviously Bedward... Bedward? Bedward. I think I just made up my own ship name for them. Bedward, that's their ship name. Why is there actual ship names though? There had to be... What was it? Bedward. What was their actual ship name? Bedward... Edwella, Adela. Ooh, Adela. That's like a fancy version of Adele. Jacob had to be like Bake-up or Jella. Don't really like Jella. Okay, so they're kind of talking about the topic of like suicide and stuff, and I'm not really liking the discussion that's happening about it because I feel like it's kind of like glamorizing it, and I don't like that. And now we're also talking about the Volturi, which I remember I stand of the Volturi so much. Especially Dakota Fanning. I can't remember the name of her character in it, but she's the one that's like, she looks at you, she just goes, pain. And then like you like basically just disintegrate like in pain. She is like an icon. I stan her so much. She's probably like my favorite character in this whole series. I know you, do I see her in New Moon? I think she is in New Moon, so she's at the end, so already can't wait to get to that part because I know I'm gonna love her so much that I'm hoping she's even more badass in the book than she is in the movie. So looking forward to that. And also I'm about to just find out more information on the Volturi, and I actually think this could be interesting because I feel like it's gonna help develop my understanding of them, because like I remember them vividly from the movie and I understand that they're like a royal family. Do something like they control how the vampires interact with humans and stuff like that. And yeah, but I'm interested now to like learn more about them because like Edward's about to explain it all, so I'm actually kind of excited for this. I don't even know why this is so funny to me. Okay, so Edward and Bella were like watching Romeo and Juliet or something, and then her dad Charlie came home and like Edward was like, oh, I'm gonna bring her to my house tonight, is that okay? I know it's her birthday and stuff. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And he goes, and Charlie goes to pick up a camera that he got for Bella for her birthday. This is how it goes, okay? He scooped up the camera he gotten me on Renee's suggestion because I would need pictures to fill up my scrapbook, and threw it to me. He ought to know better than that. I'd always been can't even say the word. I'd always been coordination...
What up? I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never fucking learned how to read.
Coordinationally challenged. The camera glanced off the tip of my finger and tumbled toward the floor. I don't know why I find that so funny. It's just like, wow, he should know better. He should know I am coordinationally... I can't say that word. Challenged. Like, I don't know why. I just find that so funny. He's like, you should know better. I am bad with coordination. I don't know. Random thoughts. I find that funny. Okay, so they're on their way to Edward's house for the party and stuff, and they're just talking about like birthday presents and stuff, and Edward's really upset because he wanted to get Bella a car, but she's like, no, that's not what I want. You know what I want, Edward. And he's like, not tonight, Bella, please. And it's, well, maybe Alice will give me what I want. Like, she wants to be turned into a vampire, which I understand. Like, she wants to be with the person that she loves. Like, completely understand her reasoning for this. Like, not judging Bella at that part, because like, honestly, I get it. Like, if I was in love with someone who was going to live forever, I would also want to live forever. So it makes sense. But at the same time, I just can't relate to her being humble and not wanting a free car. I guess she's just not me. That's where me and Bella are different. They're now coming home from the party because Bella ended up getting a paper cut opening one of the presents, which, typical Bella, you know, of course she's gonna do that. Around a group of vampires, she's gonna cut herself and expose her blood to people who want to kill her. Very typical. And then she ended up like getting thrown across the room because Edward pushed her away from Jasper because Jasper was getting very thirsty, and she injured herself more or whatever. And now like Edward's really annoyed about this because he realizes how much danger he just put her into and stuff like that. And he's like, Mike Newton would never let this happen to you. And then she's like, how the hell did Mike Newton end up in this conversation? And then he's like, Mike Newton ended up in this conversation because Mike Newton would be a hell of a lot healthier for you to be with. And then she's like, I'd rather die than be with Mike Newton. Honestly, I don't appreciate this slander for Mike. Like, justice for Mike. Like, isn't he the one who got with Jessica in the last book? I think it is. Is that Mike or is that Eric? I can't remember. Mike and Eric seem very similar to me. Like, Mike doesn't deserve this slander. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He just got a little bit steamy because like he's up in her bedroom now because it's still her birthday and she's going to bed and they're like kissing and stuff. And they had to like stop because it was getting too intense. He's like, try to sleep, Bella. No, I want you to kiss me again. You're overestimating my self-control. And then she says, which is tempting you more, my blood or my body? Oh, the tea. Now on page 84, and also I've relocated again because I do that a lot when I'm reading. And I'm on page 84 now. And so far, I'm actually liking this more than Twilight. Like, Bella, shockingly, is not annoying me yet. Emphasis on the yet. Like, she actually isn't bothering me. The romance wasn't bothering me. I didn't really have any issues so far, so kind of shook about that. And Edward has basically just told Bella that they were leaving and stuff, and she was found on the floor of the forest because she had a big search party because everyone was searching for her, which is so dramatic, I think, but whatever. They were all looking for her and stuff, and now like the last couple of chapters are literally like the months of the year, so I'm assuming that she's just really devastated that he's gone and time has just passed really weirdly or whatever. I think Bella's gonna get really annoying now because she's gonna keep going on about Edward, and I'm gonna be like, okay, get over it, like, come on. I feel like now the whole Jacob thing is gonna start happening. Okay guys, so it is later in the day and it's obviously I'm in bed and stuff, and I'm currently reading more, and I haven't read more since my last update, but I am now on page 92, and basically Charlie was like saying to Bella that she needs to socialize more, which I felt personally attacked by because I am unsociable, so we love that attack on myself. Now basically Jessica and Bella are going to the cinema to see some zombie movie, and I just found out that Jessica went on a date with Eric, even though I thought she was with Mike, but now apparently she went on a date with Eric. I'm very confused. I thought these were all friends. Why are they all getting with each other? Clearly they've got some issues going on, but that's besides the point. Okay, once again, I'm laughing at inner dialogue Bella because it's honestly so funny, and like I'm really liking Bella in this book. Like, what is happening? But like, they're watching the zombie movie, as I said, and she's like, oh, I feel a bit uneasy and I don't know why. I was so unsure as to why I felt uneasy. And then she's like, it wasn't until almost the very end, as I watched a haggard zombie shambling after the last shrieking survivor, that I realized what the problem was. The scene kept cutting between the horrified face of the heroine and the dead, emotionless face of her pursuer, back and forth as it closed the distance, and I realized which one resembled me the most. If that is not a mood, I don't know what is. That she's basically saying she looks like the zombie. That's me in the morning. That's me right now, honestly, because I do not look great. My hair's a mess. I have pimples. It's not a fun time. I'm a little bit confused. Why are my thoughts changing on Bella? I thought she would be really annoying in this one because I thought now that she's like broken up kind of thing, she would be like really sad and just like miserable constantly. But like, why is she just a mood? Because now she's single. I'm also single. So like we have this like bond that we're like vibing with now because we don't have any boys and like we're both very single. Like she didn't want to watch the romance in the movie. Me, when I see romantic couples, I'm like, I'm not those people. Like, I'll watch this. This makes me sad. Okay, now Jessica and Bella are going to McDonald's to eat. Guys, why are me and Bella vibing? I don't know how I feel about this information. Ladies and gentlemen, she is with Jacob Black right now. So she just bought motorcycles or whatever, and she brought them to Jacob because Jacob, you know, fixes cars and stuff, and she's with him. Okay, so I'm on page 158 and Jacob and Bella have basically fixed the bikes and they're about to try them out for the first time. Also, Jacob was talking about how Sam and all of his friends are being like really pissed at him, but I'm pretty sure that's because they've all become werewolves and like they're waiting for Jacob to become a werewolf. If I remember correctly from the movie, I think that's why they're all pissed at him. Because they're just like, hurry up, bro. We want you to... Oh, I just said bro. Ew, why did I just say bro? That was... No, that could never happen again. Anyways, yeah, I feel like they're just like waiting for him to become a werewolf so that they can join the squad, you know? We're back to trying to drive these motorbikes and they're back making albino jokes again. This happened in book 1 and now it's happening again. It's just really problematic to me. Jacob just like patted Bella on the head because he just patted her like a dog, which... And then goes, you're like a little doll. He teased, a porcelain doll. And then she goes, I rolled my eyes, taking another step away. And then she says, let's not start with the albino cracks. And then he says, seriously, Bella, are you sure you're not? He stretched his russet arm out next to mine. The difference wasn't flattering. And then he says, I've never seen anyone paler than you. Well, except for... Because we know who he talking about. He talking about Edward. And that's on being a vampire. Oh. My parents are sleeping and I shouldn't be laughing this loud. It just says, except for, and then it was like a blank because he like stopped. And it goes, he broke off and I looked away trying to not understand what he had been about to say. And then she goes, so, are we going to ride or what? Sorry, but like, I don't know if anyone is going to understand this reference to me laughing at that because like, I don't know. You have to be like really Irish to understand why I'm laughing at someone saying, are we going to ride? I need to stop. This isn't PG. Stop, Kevin. I can't believe I'm talking about this right now. I'm just going to move on. Okay, I don't know why I'm finding this so funny. I'm using euphemisms of driving a motorcycle related to sexual intercourse. So, oh my god, I'm gonna get demonetized. No, we're talking about driving a motorcycle. It's fine. We're all G. But he basically just says, okay, where's your clutch? I don't know why that's funny. I'm just thinking dirty. Like, I need to stop. And then she goes, Jacob, it won't stay up. I complained. And then he says, it will when you're moving. God, why is this so funny? Okay, so it's the next morning and I actually didn't read much more else after I went to bed last night. But anyways, I'm on page 168 now and Bella basically tried to ride the motorbike and she ended up crashing and like injuring her head and she was bleeding everywhere. No, just typical Bella. She loves to hurt herself because she's so clumsy. And so now Jacob's like taking her to the hospital, I think, because she needs stitches or something. Yeah, they're going to a hospital. But we just got our first little bit of flirting and like, I'm so happy about it because like the romance of Jacob and Bella, I nearly said Jacob and Edward, that's a whole different book. But like Jacob and, I nearly said Edward again, Jacob and Bella, that romance I just love. Like I just keep picturing Taylor Lautner, like, oh, we just stand, like, we love Taylor Lautner. Bella's like looking at his skin and stuff and looking at his muscles and whatever. And then she's like, I just hadn't realized before, did you know you're sort of beautiful? And then he's like, you hit your head pretty hard, didn't you? And she's like, I'm serious. And he's like, well, thanks, sort of. And then she goes, you're sort of welcome. I love this. I'm so here for this. Okay, we're getting more like flirtiness. I'm literally thriving off all of this. Bella and Jacob are like hiking to the meadow, like, you know, the famous meadow where like they lie down on the ground and look at each other and stuff like that from the movie and everything. Basically, she's trying to find that again because she's having these like hallucinations whenever she has any sort of adrenaline. Edward's just there talking to her. She's looking for this bear that's supposed to be in the woods or something. Like, I'm thinking the bear is Laron or Victoria. I'm pretty sure, because I know one of them comes back up in this book. I'm pretty sure. So, like, they're gonna come up somewhere, so I think that's who the bear is. And like, Jacob's saying that he's like really disappointed that he didn't see the bear and stuff. And she goes, yes, me too. Maybe we'll get lucky tomorrow and something will eat us. And then Jacob says, bears don't want to eat people. We don't taste that good. He grinned at me in the dark cab. Of course, you might be an exception. I bet you'd taste good. And then she goes, thanks so much, I said, looking away. He wasn't the first person to tell me that. I don't know why, but like, I'm loving this. Like, he wants to eat her. Love it. Okay, so I just stopped really quick because I wanted to vlog my reaction because Laron just showed up, so that bear was definitely Laron. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. But yes, it's definitely Laron. And Bella went to the meadow by herself and she found Laron. He was there and he was just like, ooh, I can't wait to eat you. You are mouth-watering. Once again, this is the same with the first book. We don't get to see the vampire die. It's so annoying. Because we're following Bella's perspective, like her POV, she obviously is not one of the werewolves that just chased Laron. So like, we don't get to see what they do to him. It's so frustrating. Okay, I'm actually like low-key getting sad. Like, I'm actually a little bit sad right now. So like, finally Jacob's like talking to Bella again because he's been like with Sam and everything, because obviously I'm assuming Sam is the pack leader. I'm pretty sure he's the pack leader of the werewolves. So like, that's why he's with Sam all the time. And so they're like talking about that and he's like, I can't explain it, Bella. There's nothing wrong with you. It's me. And she's like, are you breaking up with me? And I'm like, first of all, when were you even official? Like, when did that happen? But whatever, apparently they're breaking up. But like, they're actually getting it's so sad. It's just like, she's like getting heartbroken again. Like, I generally don't feel like I was connected to Bella in the first book at all. But like, this second book, I feel like we bonded so much. And like, I actually care about her emotions. Don't know how that happened. Like, when did that suddenly happen? So he's like, I'm not good enough to be your friend or anything, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, what? What are you saying? You're much better than I am, Jake. You are good. Who told you that you aren't? Sam? It's a vicious lie, Jacob. Don't tell him. Don't let him tell you that. I was suddenly yelling again. And it's like, no one had to tell me anything. I know what I am, Bella. You're my friend and that's what you are. Jake, don't. And then he's like, I'm sorry, Bella. And then he runs into the house. I'm like, you're actually full on upset for Bella. Like, I'm actually truly devastated. Okay, so I've moved rooms again because the lighting was being far too intense in the other room, so I had to move back in here. And I'm on page 310 now, and like, Bella knows that Jacob is a werewolf now. They all know, all the squad knows, Sam, Embry, all of those people, they all know. We met Emily as well. I remember loving her. We also know that Victoria is around, and now they're trying to figure out why Victoria is there, and Bella's like, it's because of me. She's after me. Like, guys, help me. So the werewolves are gonna help now and like keep her protected because they're gonna try to kill Victoria. But like, the whole time to me, for some reason, she was like confronting Jacob to say like, oh, I know you're a werewolf. It just reminded me of this TikTok. And like, I'm obsessed with TikTok. Like, I'm literally, it's such a fun app. I love it so much. And it reminds me of this TikTok that I cannot stop quoting lately. Like, I constantly talk about this TikTok and I constantly quote it. But it's basically the one by Adam Ray OK. You might know them on TikTok, and they do Rosa, and I love that TikTok so much, but like, it just reminds me of like, I'm just gonna reenact it. Dude, come here. You're a werewolf. I fucking knew it, dude. You know how I know? Because you be getting really mad and shit. So you gotta peck or what? Oh my god, that's so cute. A lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people would be scared here, and I'll name them. That's literally the TikTok I'm picturing when she was telling them about being a werewolf, because like, she was like, because Jacob's like asking her, oh, are you not afraid of me? Like, you should be scared. And she's like, no. So it's like literally reminding me of Ross to be like, a lot of people would be scared here, but it's like, I'm not, but like a lot of other people would be. Okay, so I'm on page 374 and the action is coming again. It's getting fast paced because basically Jacob just did a really douchey thing, which I don't know why I forgot this in the movie. And like the minute I read it, I instantly remembered it in the movie. But clearly I was so blindsided by Taylor Lautner that I didn't realize how douchey it was. But basically, as Bella like jumped off the cliff and ever, Alice then showed up because Alice thought that Bella had just died, so she was coming to like condole with Charlie because she knew he'd be upset if Bella was dead. And then she was like, oh, why are you alive? I didn't know you would be alive. I thought you just killed yourself. And stuff like that happens. And then obviously Edward found out about this because Rosalie thought she died because Alice had told Rosalie that. And then Rosalie told Edward, and then Edward rang Charlie's house, but Jacob picked up the phone and was like, yeah, he's not here, he's at the funeral. But Harry Clearwater, who is another character in the book, actually has died. So Charlie is at a funeral, but Edward now thinks that that's Bella's funeral, and Jacob did it deliberately because he knew that was Edward on the phone. Absolute douchebag. Like, douchebag. That was really annoying, but I don't know if it swayed me enough yet to think Team Edward, Team or Jacob or whatever, but I definitely am a little bit pissed at Jacob right now because like, who does that? Like, who does that? But anyways, now that's happened and like Edward's like going to the Volturi because we heard about that was at the beginning of the book, and now he's going to the Volturi because he wants to kill himself because he doesn't want to live if Bella's already dead. But anyways, Alice and Bella are now leaving to go to Italy to save him, basically. So, it's getting fast paced. If you remember in the first vlog, I got so excited when everything started getting fast paced, so I'm here for this part. And also, that means Jane is coming up. We said earlier, I stan Jane and her pain. I'm thriving right now. I'm definitely 100% loving New Moon more than Twilight. Okay guys, so I have finished New Moon and the ending was a bit disappointing once again. I feel like the endings of both books, like it gets to be fast paced and then nothing just really happens from it. Like basically she got there in time, she saved Edward, whatever. And then like she met with the Volturi and like they were all shook at how she was immune to like all of their different abilities. Like Jane couldn't do her pain to her and stuff like that. And then they were like, you guys can all leave safely, but she has to become a vampire. And then Alice showed the main guy in the Volturi that like Bella's gonna become a vampire at some point. And then they just left. There was a big confrontation right at the end with Jacob and Bella. I felt very bad for Jacob because I truly do love him. I'm definitely still Team Jacob. And then Edward was just like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it just ended basically. So let's do a little recap of my thoughts and opinions, shall we? So I definitely did enjoy this one much more than the first book. So that's a good thing. Secondly, I would say that the ending of this again was disappointing, just like it was with the first one. Like nothing really happened, like action wise for me. Like I just didn't get what I was desiring, you know? I didn't get like what I wanted. I think I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 stars. I know I gave book 1 2 out of 5 stars, but I definitely, as I said, enjoyed this one a lot more. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I guess we're now going to be reading Eclipse. So I need to go order that. And then that reading vlog should be coming very soon as well when I finally get that and I can read that. So yeah, that has been it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it and I shall see you all next time for my next video. So goodbye, guys.